Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, that was a really good swing. I'm still perfecting my opening theme. So why don't you guys sing along with me, gesture at your screen, and leave a dislike to bring me some good fortunes. Let's do it again. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Oh, nice. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. So I want you guys to pray for some bad news in my life. And the reason for that, today is Labor Day, but this past month has been marked by my ex-girlfriend getting married. And what was really funny was that I didn't even know she was engaged and all that until one day I was looking at something else and she had posted something, and I noticed that her last name had changed, and that's when I actually looked into it. So it was upsetting in that regard too, and I didn't want to think about it. You gotta understand how I know her. We dated for a short time about 8 years ago. One day she was living with her parents. One day it was really late getting to their home, and she accused me of cheating on her. I was really busy with writing a computer game, but she accused me of cheating on her. And I got so upset that when I left her home, I got lost on the road. We lived in Bellevue, Washington, which is just outside of Seattle. But I was so lost in thought, I ended up driving to Ellensburg, like 2 hours away. And I had a really good time there. Skies are really dark there. There's no light pollution. I got to see the Milky Way, Saturn, Jupiter. And I remember thinking, I'm going to go meet somebody else and I'm going to propose to her on December 21st, 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn come into conjunction. Well, I ended up going there on December 21st, 2020 by myself, and I had a good time too, so that was good. But 8 years after that, I saw on my Facebook feed, well, I didn't even see her get married. I saw that the last name had changed when she had posted something. And so that was kind of upsetting. And I didn't want to think about it. And so I buried my head in my art projects and in my first couple of weeks of class at I teach out of Central Arizona College, among other things. I just kind of really buried my head in that. And I'm starting to recover from that. And I today I opened my Facebook and I thought I saw some bad news. I quickly looked at it. I saw the word cancer, and I thought somebody close to me was going through cancer. It was a research study about cancer, so fortunately it wasn't anybody near me. But that's how excited I was to see bad news. Bad news keeps me humble, right? If a friend of mine actually were dealing with cancer and I didn't want to think about it, I'll once again bury my head again and and not want to think about it, right? And do some great stuff, maybe even find the cure for cancer while I bury my head, right? And I wonder how many great inventions out there are caused by somebody burying their head from bad news, right? Maybe Mary Curry, after her husband passed away, right? I wonder if she buried her head in finding new elements or doing any sort of research, right? It could happen that way, right? Or I'm trying to think where we see this in our culture, somebody burying their head and coming up with great stuff, right? Some of the people that Donald Trump fired from The Apprentice, right? If they're depressed about being fired and they bury their head, right, they might get a better job at it. Or some people who, oh, Taylor Swift, right? When she breaks up and she needs to bury her head, she writes an album about it, right? Anyways, I was just really excited to see potential bad news on my Facebook feed, and bad has become good. It's kind of like investments. You buy the dip, right? All right, so pray for some good or bad news in my life. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.